take a load off and grab a seat. Pull up a chair, prop up your feet, that's fine by me. Fine by me. Yeah. It's podcast time. Fine by me.
Well, they got me out of the house.
Yeah.
I tried as hard as I could.
Drug his ass.
I tried as hard as I could.
He's real. We
I'm
know
here.
he's here.
And
I had a flat
looking
tire.
good, feeling good.
I had a flat tire. He really wanted me to just not get that.
Actually, that
fixed.
wasn't it. Actually, I did want to get out of the house today. It's
Yeah.
just, dude, when it gets cold and it's dark, it's really hard to get me moving around.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
I picked him up at his front door, like as close to the steps as possible.
I said, you don't have to do this.
Opened his door for him.
He would have carried my bag if I asked him to.
Yeah.
I'm pretty
You brought
sure.
a bag?
I got that bag, cuz. It's like my
I'd love to see
laptop
what he's got
and
in there.
It's just a laptop and my medicines.
Some
Like a week.
Legos.
I always carry a week's worth of medicine everywhere I go in case, like, while we're here right now, the end of the world happens, I'll have a week's worth of medicine.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I got to have a couple of them or I'll die in a couple of days. So,
I tell you what, if I had to, I would walk back to Salmon's Blackjack and get the rest of your medicine.
you
for
could walk across country a lot faster. You can probably go on the roads.
Yeah, but the way the crow flies, what they call that.
That is true. I always
Yeah.
wondered.
Yeah.
You could. I think you can do that on your iPhone. You can like do the path of the crow. Like if you type in directions.
Yeah, you
There's like
can
walking. There's walking, a bus,
Yeah.
or whatever.
I know
Sure, it's
today.
not suggesting that you walk through people's property, though.
They wouldn't want me walking. It'd be 4 times as long if I walked anywhere.
You see a guy
God,
like way out in your field, and he's just like hobbling, just
like here, he must be going the way the crow flies.
Yeah, old farmer wouldn't even bother. He's like,
No.
he's not.
Somebody's already wounded him.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's fine.
He's on what you might call his last leg.
Right, hobbling along.
I'm gonna let that one down.
But I'm glad to be.
I
I'm glad
I bet the old farmers around here would probably come out and be like, "Hey, man, what's
they give you a ride on their gator, their ranger.
Hell,
Yeah,
you're
what-
Ricky Carpenter's old son-in-law.
Yeah, they know me for sure.
Yeah.
They'd be like, "What's going on out here?" He's like, just trying to make the crow fly situation."
Josh is back drinking again.
Yeah.
So
Wandering.
out here in the middle of a fucking field.
He's on an Aboriginal walkabout.
I was at Nick Cook's house, decided I needed to go home, and this is what it took me.
This is
A vision quest.
It's the Vision Quest, right?
Yeah.
What else been going on? Y'all been doing
I
good?
mean, LA's on fucking fire.
It is on fire.
It is on fire.
Hey, what's up,
There-
baby?
It's
there's
still-
an old man right there.
They said like 40-mile-per-hour winds are kicking back up in areas.
Man, people setting them fires.
Yeah.
You know,
I saw a video of a guy with a blowtorch, like some residents chased this guy down, and then he went to jail and was back out 2 hours later because they couldn't keep him because they said there was no proof that he was lighting fucking fires. He had a blowtorch in his
Yeah.
hand, running from people.
Uh-huh.
Like if you were just, he said he was like, I guess he was trying to light a cigarette or something. I don't know what the fuck he would be running around with a torch for. He's not like soldering copper.
I mean, I know not we, but people, whenever they're smoking weed and doing like dabs or whatever now,
Yeah.
they use a blowtorch.
They got to get it
for
hot.
that.
Right, but he's like
It's
out
like
on
a
a street.
butane little.
Yeah, he had like a yellow,
handheld.
like propane torch.
Oh, I'm saying, like
18 inches.
Yeah.
You imagine lighting a cigarette with that?
Like the one
You
that
wouldn't
your
have no
character-
nostril hairs left.
Like the one that your character you're playing would be carrying around.
Yeah, because I'm like soldering stuff together. This is Captain Construction. Okay.
I was gonna say Construction Carl,
No,
Pipe Fitter Paul.
when Vine was hot, when Vine deleted itself, I had like 10,000 followers, and one of my characters I would do was Captain Construction. I would slide down ladders and
Wow.
just do cool shit. I had like Tyvek house wrap, like I made a cape out of Tyvek house wrap. And so yeah, this was my old life, and I looked good, and I had men under me, and I had power.
You had men under you. You probably had men on top of you too.
Well, there's plenty of guys above me.
I guarantee that.
Wise men.
Made a Nick sandwich.
Yeah.
No, the LA stuff's been wild.
It's pretty
for real,
crazy.
man. Like there's man, I wish I could remember. There is Eddie Griffin.
Yeah,
He came out today and made a big old like conspiratorial
he's
like
a big
buzz
conspiracy
tweet
guy.
that he was like, the reason this all happened is because they're burning evidence for Diddy's case. Like, I mean, he was like pretty serious.
It's pretty
about
wild timing and where it's at. Like it's
Yeah.
all like people's houses like you really wouldn't think would be like because it's developed areas.
Yeah.
Like, most time these fires happen in the middle of the forest or whatever.
Yeah.
They might get to some like neighborhoods and stuff, but this is like all populated areas.
Yeah.
Like all classes too. Which low class in California, those houses are $700,000.
Yeah.
The ones that burn Altadena or whatever.
Hell, I mean, I would even say way more than that, to be honest.
You're an arson investigator, aren't you? You think these people do you think that the Santa Ana winds are the reason these fires are?
No, I mean, like, not because of even that. I mean, because I just don't imagine. It just doesn't make any sense.
That they're spread out so far too. It's like 4 or 5 going.
So there's a new conspiracy, I guess, and I shared it the other day, or I shared it with y'all the other day. Maybe we were 5 minutes in or something. But they showed all these like celebrity houses that were burnt up. But in front of one of them, there was a bright blue trash can.
Yeah, what is that?
Bright blue.
Bright
blue
bin. You can say that. You need to add bin in that and make it a real tongue twister. Bright blue bin.
Bright blue bin, plastic, in front of one of these houses that had not been touched. And part of the Maui
plastic.
fires was direct energy weapons, which is space lasers, basically.
So they wouldn't burn. They would just burn like targeted areas.
So blue is on this spectrum that it wouldn't affect.
Really? So we need to get blue shirts.
Yeah, we already have.
Wear your Fine by Me shirt, and you'll be safe from space lasers.
Yes.
Yeah, we already have blue
Free,
shirts.
yeah. Free from wildfire.
There you go, man. Safe from space lasers. Don't be a victim.
Yeah, so just seeing that image, I was like, well, that's kind of weird that everything around this bright blue bin.
You don't think maybe that bin got pulled in after they were just trying to clean up their mess?
I mean, the whole street was on fire.
I get that, but like, what? Like, I see what you're saying, but like, nobody knows where the bin was at before or after.
True. Yeah. I mean,
yes, it was on the curb. Like you would think it would be like when you take your trash out.
Yeah, it was on the curb and it was overturned, if I remember right. Like, so it was laying on its side.
That was the winds did that. Probably.
Yeah, those 60, 70 miles an hour.
100
winds.
some places.
Yeah.
Which is crazy as hell.
They're still doing the Clippers game at the Clippers
I've seen
new
that. So it must be like away
stadium.
from that shit. Like I don't know.
Concrete.
LA huge.
It's hard to burn concrete.
Well, also like I don't even know. Like obviously I've never been out there. Like I just think of like LA being this like every time they show a picture of it, it's like smogged out anyway.
Yeah.
Like so it's always terrible air quality. You know.
I would say I've been out there, but this Clippers arena is new.
Is it
So
Staples Center? Is that
I
right?
don't
Or it
remember.
used to be called. I think it's something else.
It's-
but don't they share it? The
it's-
Lakers and Clippers.
Not anymore. That's why this is a new stadium. This is just for the Clippers
Okay.
now. So this is wherever this Clippers game is happening. It's at this new stadium, and I was listening to a podcast earlier, and they said that it was pretty wild that they were still going to have it there
Yeah.
because that podcast happened yesterday. That game was also last night, I think. So I'm guessing it went off without a hitch. But yeah, they were like, I mean, apparently they were not too concerned about this.
Well,
thing
they
getting
moved
wild.
the football game, the Los Angeles Rams and
Yeah.
Vikings, to Phoenix because they were
Arizona,
worried.
yeah.
So I mean, they didn't worry too much about that, you know. But that could be the NFL may have made them do that
Yeah.
just for safety, people traveling.
It's also a
so.
playoff game,
Yeah, it's first round. Yeah,
so it's a big game.
Yeah.
They don't want people like
stressing and
skimping out on the tickets. You also got to worry about
like,
hotels.
airplanes flying in.
Yeah. Yeah, and this Clippers game is just a Clippers game, from what I understand.
The
so,
season hasn't been going very long.
yeah, so it's like
It's also the Clippers.
if people don't come,
Yeah,
it's whatever, I guess.
it's whatever. Let's go ahead and play anyway. Let's risk these 4,000 fans.
I mean, if they're coming to it, then they're
right.
really
It's probably the best air quality they can breathe is inside that
Yeah.
arena. So
there's
Oh,
so
the
much
time that
they're
I
getting
was
a 4-hour
there,
reprieve.
the one time I was there, I didn't even. We were gonna stop on Rodeo, but it ended up being like the drive. We were going from Oakland, which is where we were staying, to Universal.
Was you up there in Watts?
What?
Like Watts? You was up there like the rough part. Oakland's pretty rough, isn't it?
It was pretty good around the area I was in.
Yeah.
I've always heard Oakland's. I'm sure there's spots of it that are bad
Right.
or rough or whatever you want to say, but we were in this like Airbnb thing in a pretty nice neighborhood from what I recall. Yeah, this was over a decade ago whenever I was there. So
Think of how expensive this, like some of these places that are still standing, are going to be worth.
Yeah, I was there for my brother-in-law's. I guess it's technically my niece-in-law's like birthday. They had it at the Disney out there.
Oh, that's pretty sick. Disneyland.
Yeah. Yeah. Disneyland is not shit compared to Disney World, by the way.
Yeah, Disney World. They own the state of Florida. Disney does.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So I heard a thing about how to remember which one's Disneyland is and Disney World.
Orlando,
OR is
yeah.
in Orlando.
Yep.
You know, that area that Disney World has is sort of.
They're governed themselves, don't they? It's like an
it's-
autonomous state.
It's like a territory,
like
almost.
Hong Kong is in China.
Yeah.
They.
DeSantis was threatening to take
I remember all
Yeah.
that shit.
self-governing power away from them.
Yeah,
Wow.
because they make their own rules there.
They have like
pretty much.
tunnels underneath that place. There's like hidden places.
Oh yeah,
in
I mean
Disney.
it's similar to Hitler and whatnot
The
because
bugs, yeah. Walt Disney was quite the character.
Walt Disney was quite the Nazi.
We watched Steamboat. We watched Steamboat Willie with the kids the other day. The first ever
Oh,
Mickey
boy.
Mouse cartoon.
Yeah.
You can feel the Third Reich in that. You really can. Man. Well, just the animation, like the black, like the hats and all that.
Yeah.
Speaking of,
Yeah, y'all. I'll have to give
Oh.
y'all's presents next
Third
week.
Reich.
Third Reich,
That's
day
a
by
sick
day.
book. I want to see that.
I realized I was re-listening to this, and we didn't really say what it was for the people that listen. But yeah, Nick got me Third Reich day by day, a book.
That's sick.
bunch of good Nazi pictures in there.
Here's
Oh,
Boomerang.
here's your
I like
boomerang.
that.
throwing this son of a gun tomorrow. Yeah,
The sun's gonna be shining out here all
Rosie's
day.
gonna love this. When I'm not using it, it's gonna hang up in here, maybe above that window. I think if you hang it upside down like that, like a horseshoe,
Yeah.
it's
Maybe
supposed to bring
get-
good luck.
You
If
can
you
put it by
ask-
your wooden penis behind you.
I'll say if you get like 2 or 3 of them, it might resemble a swastika. If you
I've seen that. Yeah, throwing one. And there was
Cross.
no mistaking it. It looked like a swass when it was going through the air.
Well, real quick, while we're talking about sports, I want to hit on the college football playoff a little bit. We're down to the semifinals.
I'm giving you your gift right now.
Okay.
Yeah, I was about to give you his.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
yeah,
that's
we-
fine.
we- I'm
We'll
gonna
just
get-
drag it out. Next week
It's
we'll
been
do
a
gifts
month.
again.
He almost let it go a month without us seeing his face. You know,
Oh.
2 episodes with Travis and then 1 Zoom. And
Yeah.
oh, we're zooming tonight too.
I'm
Yeah.
happy to be here.
I mean, you look like a mental asylum patient.
I look good, dude.
You
What do
look
He
like
think?
does look
Jack
good in that
Nicklaus.
vest.
I look comfortable.
He looks crazy as fuck.
You're sitting there in a construction vest and a hard hat in your
Yeah.
house.
I look like I'm coming to get a cup of coffee.
You're like you're about to go on a union strike with that cigar hanging.
You
out
want to
your
give
mouth.
give him your. Give him yours.
Just start the glass off. What we got? Well, there's another leg. It's the lamp off of Christmas Story.
Oh, it even it has a little shake to
It's
it too.
solar powered and it's a
Oh, that's
bobblehead.
actual light. That's
Yeah.
sick, man.
Oh, I don't know if it's an actual light
It
or
is
not.
actual. It's got a LED and it's got it'll have a light that comes on if you keep light.
Well, there you go. You read more about it than I did.
That's only 6 words. Thank you, man. It's sick.
I got you something you hang on your wall.
What is this? Hold on.
I'll hold it for you. Is it on?
Oh, it's maps.
Maps.
Yeah.
It's a map of flat Earth.
Badass, man. Thank you. And
Yeah.
a frame.
Yeah, it's got a frame with it.
That's so sweet. I like
Yeah,
that.
I know.
Man. Thank you.
Jo-
It's
if
sick.
y'all don't know, Josh fucking loves globes.
I love globes and maps.
and shit.
This is I mean, as far as the map world goes, this is the opposite of a globe. This is
This
flat,
is flat.
yeah,
just like the
Pretty
Earth.
dope.
Right, Wes?
Very
Yeah.
much.
yeah. That's some newfangled one or whatever that they've come out with for the flat Earth. I really wanted to get you the one that hangs in the UN, but I could not find that for sale anywhere.
With the ice wall.
Yeah, with
and
the ice-
the extra
yeah.
countries.
I really wanted to find that, and I couldn't come up with it. I also
course.
thought I was in more of a time crunch 2 months ago.
Well, absolutely not.
He's
Absolutely
like,
not.
I've got to get this ordered.
yeah,
We're never gonna do a gift exchange.
yeah.
we can do gifts every time if you want.
I'm gonna start
That
bringing
book
you-
is sick though. That's a good one. I like the lamp.
Get
Thank
that in
y'all.
my trash can.
Well, you was digging out there earlier. You found Party. I thought you was gonna try to make me wear it.
Oh,
No.
this is an open invitation. If anybody feels like being extra.
I
Water
think I'm
coming
good.
off of
Yeah,
it.
there is ice
I'm
there
good.
in the bed of my truck.
He just.
It's soaking wet.
I was gonna say he just threw water all over.
Was that
his
wet
dog.
when you put that one on? You just put it on.
I just,
Nick does unbothered, but dude, I wish I had that. Just unbothered by everything. He come walking in with just water dripping off of this hard hat, and I just felt that band. It's soaking wet, so I know that one is too.
Yeah. Well, you picked it up right there. Water went.
boys, I've been through some tough shit on the job site. All right, none of this stuff even compares to the miserableness I had to go through.
All right, Josh. what were you gonna
Okay,
say?
anyway, so
Sorry.
we're down to the semifinals in college football. It's been a while. It's the first year of the playoff. People probably know. So we got Notre Dame is going to play
The Buckeyes.
the Buckeyes of Ohio State.
But Shane Gillis is pumped.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
and it's going to be in New Orleans. That's where they're
Nola.
playing at. So
Damn, Shane is gonna have a big weekend.
Oh,
Yeah.
and that's next Monday night. Who do y'all got? Who you think's going to win?
Man, I think Notre Dame's got her.
You think they do?
I-
Ohio
I-
State scores
Because
a lot.
Shane is so hot right now. I think they're gonna ride off of his energy somehow, some way.
I think that you got the best offense pretty much in Ohio State against the best defense in Notre Dame. So
Yeah, so
it's going to be a good game.
I was actually listening to Protect Our Parks. New one came out earlier today,
Oh, I
and,
see
and
that.
he was talking about it, and yeah, I just don't think. I think Notre Dame's on the rise. I would normally pick Buckeyes.
They're well
Oh,
coached.
Jamie Rogan's
Producer.
producer is a Buckeyes guy.
Oh, okay.
Same with Hinchcliffe's a Buckeyes guy. Yada
Where he's
yada.
From, yeah.
So, but same with Jamie. Jamie's from Ohio as well.
Oh, okay.
So Jamie was like, "Oh yeah, when was the last time that y'all beat us?" And they haven't played many times, but it's been over 20 years since Notre Dame's beat the Buckeyes.
It's going to be a slugfest, I think. It's going to
Yeah.
be back and forth. Blow
They've-
for
I
blow.
think they've only, based on what they said, I didn't. Obviously, I was listening to it, barely listen, or, just kind of while I was
Yeah.
working. Jamie said they had only played each other 6 times in the past 20 years.
It's been a
But
pretty good playoff.
Notre Dame hasn't beat them at all.
Is Jerry Sandusky still alive?
Oh, dude, I don't know. He's in prison, isn't he?
I
I
mean,
don't know.
if he is, he'd definitely be in prison, I believe.
Yeah, that's the Penn State guy, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah,
some reason.
under Joe Paterno, they had all that shit with the.
Then Joe
Sexual-
died like 2 weeks later.
Yeah, he got out of there. He said, "I got to go."
Yeah.
I ain't sitting
And he
there.
took the big exit.
Yeah, he said that's his deal. He's old as hell too. Whenever he died,
Yeah.
I mean, whenever I first heard that news, I remember I was working in Pennsylvania on a storm, and like all them people were devastated because it was like that's all they got up there
Yeah.
in rural Pennsylvania. That's Penn State or nothing.
Yeah.
And that happened. Like we were like working with some guys that were from there, and they go, "I don't believe it." They just did not want to fucking believe it, you know. Because
There ain't no boys getting
Right,
molested, not
by
in
this
this state.
big goofy redheaded dude in there fucking these kids in the showers.
Yeah.
It's wild, dude. You
Yeah,
just wouldn't
that's
think
crazy.
that shit would be going on. I mean, I think we should get off the subject. This is kind of a downer.
Yeah, I mean, I think at the end of the day, anybody is capable of that kind of
I
behavior.
guess.
Yeah, you just even if you wouldn't expect it. I mean, I'm not saying like any of us are or anything like that, but just any like walk of life
I
is
don't know if any of us are.
capable.
Yeah.
I think any walk of life is capable of that
Oh,
kind
yeah.
of behavior. So you shouldn't
I think so.
rule anybody out whenever some kind of allegation.
Well, they say don't put expectations on people. You
Yeah.
just get let down.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Oh yeah.
But yeah, it's
I
just
know. I
wild.
mean, I've met a great deal of famous people, or quote unquote famous people. Famous to me, as far as like comedians and stuff, and most of them have all seemed to be good dudes.
Yeah.
But I've definitely met a few where I was like, "Ugh, this guy kind of sucks."
He's a douchebag.
Yeah.
But see, dude, like that place in general, like nobody expected it for one because it's Penn State. Also, where that college is at is like in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like so, it's very like reclusive almost. Like they are almost governing themselves. And, nobody's. It brings in a lot of money
Yeah.
to that state. They're like a professional team.
Like the law would look away.
Right,
most
they're
times.
bringing this. They got these donors coming
Yeah.
in, these certain students or whatever, and especially most of those colleges, like the football programs, are their big money maker.
Yeah.
Like they're selling merch and all that shit.
Same. I mean, you put it to Auburn and
Yeah,
Alabama,
it could be any of
and,
those,
all
yeah.
those big
Like
college
they
towns.
said on that college game day, said it's all even now because it's not just the SEC paying players anymore.
yeah,
And called fucking Nick Saban Alabama Jones.
yeah.
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 It was funny. Man.
Yeah, that was good.
Funny.
That was good.
Good shit.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be good. I guess. I mean, I don't care anymore. My team, for some reason,
Notre Dame beat Georgia, didn't
just decided to not show up and play. I
they?
don't
They had
know.
that quarterback too. That quarterback was hurt.
Yeah,
Remember Carson Beck?
yeah. But I mean, the guy that they've got, I can't remember.
He's
his
going to
name.
Miami now. He transferred to Miami.
Yeah, I know. He was supposed to be the next big thing.
He's not big enough to go to the NFL. This is what he knows. So he's going to try to get that NIL money as long as he can.
Yeah.
What's that Manning boy doing?
He's going to be starting for
Arch.
Texas next year. He's going to
Archie.
be whenever Ewing leaves. I
And
think
he's the son of the unknown
Hooper,
Manning brother.
Hooper Manning.
Yeah, the
And
older Manning brother.
They
which
say that
he
he's
was
the
good.
most talented. He just
So yeah, I was actually talking to my dad about this the other day. He was like a top pick wide receiver
Uh-huh.
in his day,
did
and
he have something happen to him or
he had
something?
some genetic thing with his spine.
Right, and it was too dangerous.
And they were like, "Yeah, if you go out there and get
One
hit hard enough, you'll be paralyzed."
fuck
So he
that.
decided to obviously
that would
not.
suck, you
Yeah.
know, especially coming from like that sports dynasty family, and like you
Yeah.
can't do the one thing. But I'm sure he's fine.
Yeah, he's a partner. I mean, I looked this up with him. He's a partner at some like financial firm or
That's
something.
sick.
Like he's
He might
fine.
make more money than Eli.
I mean, it's hard to do, but I mean, those big financial firms make money.
Yeah.
So
Peyton Manning is everywhere. I mean, he's got shows on the History Channel.
Yeah.
He's
Speaking
got,
of making money,
making money.
let's pay some of these bills, boys. I sent y'all a text message.
oh great,
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Sent you a text message too.
I haven't got it yet.
Oh,
I haven't got it yet.
oh man, I ain't got no service.
I have 0 bars
We're
right
all
here. That's
sharing
all
my
it has.
phone.
Yeah,
That's fine.
my phone's up there.
We're all
Like,
sharing my phone.
That's
You
fine.
looked at the camera and I was like, "Yep,
I don't have.
we're live."
It
baby.
hasn't come in yet. I haven't got nothing yet.
Okay.
log into his
Um,
Wi-Fi. What
I'm-
is it like? Nick loves dicks or something?
The
Password.
No.
Wooden cocks.
Yeah. Rock my socks.
What we got?
Yeah. Okay. So you're gonna be playing Lisa.
Okay, I can do Lisa.
You're gonna be playing Tom. I'm Dr. Miller.
Okay.
Turkey time.
The scene:
Okay.
a cozy living room with 3 actors. Tom, an older gentleman looking frazzled.
Mhm.
Lisa, a young woman who's overly chipper but clearly mortified.
Right.
And Dr. Miller, a confident doctor holding the product, colon spout. The product is prominently displayed on the coffee table. So,
Right on top of the third rack.
yeah, like God intended.
What monster?
All right, here's Tom. It's your first little section, that second paragraph.
All right. Look, I'm just going to say it. I've ruined more than one pair of pants. Heck, I've ruined other people's chairs. Public chairs. It wasn't pretty.
Oh, same here. One time at a wedding, I was a bridesmaid. Okay, the photographer yelled, "Say cheese!" And let's just say I gave him more than he bargained for.
Tom and Lisa exchange an awkward look. Dr. Miller jumps in smoothly. Embarrassing moments like these are exactly why we created Colon Spout, the breakthrough device that puts you in charge of your bowel movements. Cut to Tom sitting on a park bench holding up the device. Tom grinning awkwardly.
Thanks to colon spout, I haven't been banned from any public places in months.
What a blessing. Now I can eat dairy without fear. It's a game changer. And my friends stopped calling me Lactose Lisa.
Now they call him Lactose Lisa.
Oh, what a callback. A year and a half later.
7 years later.
Dr. Miller. Here's how it works. Colon Spout is a discreet, easy-to-use device that communicates with your body's natural rhythms. When you're ready to go, it's ready to help. No more surprises, no more awkward goodbyes. Split screen. Tom confidently walking into a movie theater. Lisa boldly eating a plate of nachos and a zoom in of the colon spout device. Tom.
Colon spout gave me my dignity back and my favorite chair.
Good.
Okay.
And now I can laugh without clenching. I couldn't find my part.
Colon spout. Stop guessing. Start controlling. Tagline appears on the screen as cheerful music plays. Voiceover. Colon spout. Because life's too short to poop your pants. Consult your doctor before use. Side effects include confidence, happiness, and freedom from shame.
I will say, I'm not using the colon spout, but it's been a while since I pooped my pants as an adult, and I can say that with pride
And
and
confidence.
confidence.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Well,
Now,
can't say the same.
now he can laugh without clenching.
Clenching.
Well, I don't know about that. Lisa can, but I can't.
What do you got to say about this?
Well, you just have to shove this.
Is that it?
Yeah.
That's the perfect
Nothing.
size.
Yeah.
Nothing.
And then when you want to poop, you pull it out.
Oh, okay. Like
Yeah.
a cork.
Yeah, but it has to go
You
like
go.
all the
Do
way.
you remember?
It has to go all the way plus 3 inches.
Okay. So all the way up in there.
Plus
Well, how do
3
I get it
inches.
out?
That's what you poop.
Oh, okay. Well, how do I get in there to get it out to poop?
You start
If it's
pushing.
3 inches plus
You
up
start
in
pushing,
I
Josh.
don't think
That's
that's
how you decide when you want to poop.
there. Okay.
Do y'all remember? It was a very early episode of Robin Big.
I
And
didn't watch a lot of Robin.
I
Big.
loved Robin
I watched
Big.
Ridiculousness.
I loved Robin Big.
I watched Robin. I mean, this was when I was a kid. And
MTV
I remember.
forced you to watch Ridiculousness. It's all he got now.
Yeah. But Big, at one point, I don't know,
It's
they
a
were going.
flagship program.
Yeah.
I don't even know why this came up in the conversation.
RuPaul's drag
It's been
show.
so long since I've seen it. But Rob asked Big, like, hey, like, how do you? They were talking about shitting themselves or something, and Big was like, "Oh, I got a fix for that," and he turns around and pulls out this big white clump of, I guess, toilet paper.
Gross.
And he said, "Oh, I just wear a man pond everywhere I go."
Oh. Man, that reminds me of a story, dude. We went to a Holiday World years ago, and I was probably in my early 20s, and we went to the water park side, and I was walking behind this old guy that had just got out of the lazy river, and he reaches up into the bottom of his like swimming trunk, soaking ass wet, with no like hesitation, and pulls out a fucking Depends that's soaking wet, sopping wet, throws it in the fucking trash. And I was like, well, not getting the lazy pool today.
Oh.
But yeah, he didn't even hesitate. Just reached up in the bottom of his trunks and pulled it out.
Forgot I was wearing this damn diaper.
It was like 40-pound diaper.
Super absorbent.
You could hear it hitting the bottom of the trash can.
It's like a weight vest for his pelvis.
I said, that's my
God.
future right there. That's my future.
That's tough.
Hey, I will say this though. At least he didn't let it like hold him down. You know what I'm saying? He was still going out and living shit with everybody.
I mean, it's
Gross, but
Golly.
still. At the end of the day, though, who cares, right?
I guess
He
yeah.
goes home and lives life with the confidence that I'll never have.
Man, that's something.
Old man confidence is something else. So
What's this Alpo you got here?
That's like a Zen, but mine are not. Those are
those are the ones that are from Russia.
no. Those are from.
Yeah.
Those are Tucker Carlson.
That's the ones keeping the guys on the Ukraine front line going.
Tucker Carlson's line.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I just haven't got on the Zen train, man. I can't do it. I guess like where I dipped so long and I quit. Like
Yeah.
I tried the Zen just to keep from like vaping and smoking cigarettes. And
People around the world.
I just man, they
Join
rock my
hands.
world. I put in a 6 milligram like the first time and tried to go in like the store and get some stuff, and I like wigged out in the store. I was like, no,
Man,
dude,
it's
I
an
was
adverse
fucking
reaction.
tripping out. Like I felt like lightheaded and shit. You know, like when you first like when you were 13 years old and you put like a dip in for the first time, that feeling you get, like
Yeah.
when you feel flushed. That's how I felt, and I was like, dude, this is fucked.
I know. These are 9 milligram, and I have a buddy that
9 milligram.
no, I have a buddy that just does 3s
Yeah.
and Zens or whatever. And the other day he was like, "Let me try it. And I was like, "I don't know, man.
Yeah,
me.
they're rough, dude.
Oh, she found some 10 milligrams the other day at a store. I don't need to get these.
No thanks.
Yeah, I've seen.
I would have to shit
I
immediately.
put 2 6s in at the same time.
Yeah, I'd have
Yeah.
to shit immediately.
If some of those that are like, you find them in like the Indian stores
Right.
and whatnot. Like I've seen some of them up to 12.
I've seen
and whatnot.
Rogue. Like, is Rogue a brand? They're pretty strong.
Yeah. I think Rogue has up to 9 or 10 or something like that.
They have a cool packaging. It
I
looks
like
like a
the
dip
Rogues
can.
too. I just they did like a pre-release thing for these,
Yeah.
and I ordered a sleeve of them just to try them, and and as much
20 was in, you just get 15.
yeah, and as little as I use them, like that sleeve that I bought for $40.
So good. And no tobacco. That's what's good
Yeah.
about these.
So as little as I use these, that sleeve that I bought of these will last me
6 months.
forever.
And to
Like,
all
it'll
of our
last a long
Kentucky
time.
listeners, I want you to feel secure about your flavored vapes because everybody still got them.
Yeah, we're gonna have our guy Cordell Gary on maybe next week. Well, I haven't really talked to these guys about it yet.
We'll have him on at some point.
Yeah, we'll have
Soon.
Is this going to be a Zoom situation?
probably it'd be easier to be a Zoom. Yeah.
Well, you can ask him just to ask him.
Well,
Maybe he says yes. I know he's a busy man.
well, it's not that he's a busy guy. Oh, no, he might be a busy guy. Hell, I don't know.
He ain't
but-
selling vapes right now.
Yeah, well, he's not. No, he's like him and all of the.
They go into the Capitol and
yeah,
rallying and shit.
Yeah, they invited me to come up last week, I think, and that's whenever all the snow hit and whatnot. And I was just like, man, I
To
don't.
Frankfurt?
Y'all could always wear
Yeah, I
Find
was
Me
gonna-
shirts like that Kyle Rittenhouse rally y'all went
Yeah,
to.
yeah. Yeah. Well, I probably would have worn my.
Let's go. Hey, let's go. Let's go march for something we actually stand behind.
Right, right.
Yeah, that'd probably be a good
I was
idea.
waiting for when y'all to clear that up.
I probably would have wore my Find My Me shirt, but it was the day that all that snow happened and whatnot, and then like later on, that it was on a Tuesday, last Tuesday, and then that Monday I was talking to him. I was like, man, I was like all this shit going on. I don't know about the roads. Like,
Right.
it's also like a much longer journey for me than it is him and all of his crowd. Like I
Right.
was gonna wake up early, meet them in Bowling Green, and just ride with them up there. But they even said they were like, man, it ended up being like we just couldn't make it up there either
Right.
type of deal, which is surprising because
That's what the big government wants. They don't want you making
it's
it up there.
surprising because I know Cordell and the guys that he was probably going with, they're very like they're into that.
Steadfast.
Yes, they need. Not only do they need it for their quality of life or just their life in general or
It's
their
their
business.
livelihood.
That's the
Yeah.
word I was looking for. But they need it just because it's like they're just taking another thing away from us.
Well,
pretty
these
much.
Indian marts have pumped up volume.
Oh, I'm
They
sure.
Just keep on cranking it out.
Oh, I'm sure.
They said your laws don't apply here
Yeah.
in this room.
Yeah, unless you're racist.
Right, that's true, man. I was telling him on the way here that they'll just pay a fine because that's their job. Like they're not going to like they own a business. Like they're not going to stop business.
Yeah.
It's like the mob. Like they'll just handle business in
It's
house.
like, what else are they supposed to do?
Right.
Like open a bakery?
Right.
Yeah.
You want them? No, I'm not going to say it.
We can only have so many gas stations in a town.
I mean, I don't know if
I will say, I go to the liquor store I go to is Indian owned, and they were fucking closed on Friday, and it wasn't even that bad down where I was. And boy, when I tell you, I walked there on Saturday and gave them a piece of my mind.
Hell yeah.
Don't hold daddy back.
I said, "Do y'all not like money? Like, what y'all doing?" Everybody was on the road. The roads were clear.
Right.
Like, what are y'all doing? Not opening on.
They just everybody wants a reason to stay home. That's what I've noticed around here. Like anytime it snows,
Not the Indians, man. They all about that money, dog.
that is true. Now, last time I was in the store, it's Indian owned, and there was a woman in there that was like $1 short, and she was trying to like negotiate. She was like, "I'll be in next time." I could hear him. He's like, "You do this every time. You do this." And he's like, "Last time it was 57 cents. This time it's $1.40." And I was like, "Yeah, he remembers. He remembers 57 cents. This ain't her first run around
Man,
with
these
this."
bastards got me one time. I was asking if they had kratom. And
Yeah.
Kratom, why? Kratom.
Yeah,
And they
they know.
called their mom from the back, Mom, whatever. And I was like, man, I'm not worried about it. Like, I just want to
Don't make a scene. I can see
there's
you getting secondhand
4
embarrassment.
people behind me.
Making a scene, you're sweating. It's always
Yeah.
hot as fuck in their stores.
I came back the next time, and he didn't got this big box.
Yeah, they got a whole
Of
display.
Kato dip, like pouches. It was Kato bar, like the Kato bar
Yeah.
vapes. It was Kato pouches, and they were disgusting.
I bet.
And I had to buy like 4 cans from this son of a bitch. We order for you.
Yeah, right.
Well, I don't fucking want them, Ishmael.
They automatically think because they get one product for you, you got to buy all of them.
Yeah.
Like, I get you your shit. You're a regular customer now. But
Yeah.
no, I'm just in here one time.
Yeah.
I won't be back.
I know it's funny to me too because it's the Indian like liquor store. Like it just opened up, I don't know, like a year ago, and it's like right at the end of my street, so it's super easy. Like obviously that would be the one that I would go to, other than because I don't buy anything crazy usually, unless I get wild hair and get some good bourbon or something. But they've pretty much got all the good stuff there too now. But they have like a struggle of just keeping in like the one thing that I buy from them.
Right.
And I'm like, what are y'all
It
doing?
must be the other people wanting that. There must be like 3 or 4 people that like the exact same thing you like.
I guess I was like, just order more.
No, they're not doing that. They don't want that extra overhead. You got to have the right amount. They done forecasted how many times you come in a month.
Piss
You know-
you off a little bit
Yeah.
and waste that extra $40.
Right.
So they are cool about it. They're like, well, we'll just sell you these half pints for the same price or whatever. And I was like, all right, well, that's-
Everything's always a hassle. Like every time I leave that store, I just feel dirty for some
Yeah.
reason. I'm like, did I just go make a drug deal or something? 'Cause it's like it's
Yeah.
never like the price that's on the thing, or they want you to try the shit before you leave.
Yeah.
Make sure it works. Like I don't want to sit there and suck on this fucking bag
Yeah.
in front of everybody
is
in
private.
the store.
You're talking about not having that extra overhead too. That's actually like a financial position that only Walmart has ever been able to manage. It's called just-in-time,
Right.
whatever.
Forecasting and
just
shit.
in time.
Oh, when you
whatever.
scan that shit, it goes to the computer and it lets them know exactly how
Exactly.
much of
Yeah.
that product is being used in
Walmart-
that town, is being sold, and they get it down to like 3 or 4 boxes.
I think we can probably
Yeah.
arguably say Walmart's probably the most successful corporation to ever be on planet Earth.
Yeah.
It's definitely up there.
Amazon's getting there.
Yeah, Amazon. They have
Amazon-
like medicine now.
Yeah,
you
they
can
have
get your
Amazon pharmacy delivery.
Dude, there's
Yeah.
gonna be everything on Amazon for them. I was telling Chrissy that I was like, well, we did it to ourselves. Like everybody wanted to make fun of the future being like everybody's gonna sit in chairs and be lazy pieces of shit. And like it's not the cool space way though. It's like
Yeah.
everybody's just sitting around just getting fucking enormous.
It's not the cool space way just because of the way our nutrition is, like the
Right.
way our food is.
Yeah.
Like we could be a healthy country if there wasn't a McDonald's on every corner.
I will say, dude,
or-
and ever since I prioritized like what I eat, what goes in my body, I've felt better.
Yeah.
Like it's taken a little while. Like it's not overnight, but it's been 6 months now, and I feel completely different. Not
Yeah.
eating fucking bullshit. I haven't eaten McDonald's in 6 months.
Yeah, it's been a while for me
Poison.
on McDonald's, I think. It's probably been over a month. Because it was about a month ago whenever I realized I was like, hey, I had a broken ankle, I had a broken arm. I still don't have full range of motion left. They said I've still got about 4 weeks left before that'll happen. But I realized how much weight I've gained just in that amount of time.
Right.
Because I've had to go to the orthopedist.
You
And
get
every
weighed, yeah,
time
you
they
get
weigh,
weighed,
and I'm
yeah.
like, holy, the last Wednesday.
7 more pounds.
Yeah, the last Wednesday I went and I was like, man, this is the most I've ever weighed right now. And I was like, I'd already like been on the train, but it's been about a month of me not.
267.
Yeah, you wish. I wish.
You know, I would never guess
Hey,
you
but
weigh more than.
there is a dime out there waiting for a big maunchy daddy.
I've just never would have guessed.
Ladies, if you're looking for a big boy to come fill that bed up,
Keep you
I
warm
got your
at night.
man. Yeah, in these winter
Yeah.
months.
Yeah,
I promise he shapes up in summer,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
in winter we'll bulk him back up for you.
But yeah, I've already stopped eating like fast food and stuff. I think a couple days ago I ordered a calzone from a place.
Now
and
it
that
is
was-
like crack. You
that-
do miss it when you stop
Yeah.
eating it. You
Yeah.
have withdrawals, and when you do eat it every once in a while, you're like, oh, dude, this fucking shit. You're
Yeah,
like,
that
get your
calzone I
brain-
ate on Sunday, I was like, man, what have I been missing this last
Man.
month? Like, holy shit.
dude.
But otherwise, I've been eating like turkey burgers and corn and green
Anytime
beans.
something, I've learned being an addict, anytime in life, if you eat something, do something that makes you feel that way, it's usually not any good for you.
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah,
mean? You're like,
yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
You're like, well, this is a path I don't need to keep going
Yeah.
down.
I know.
That's Philip Morris for you.
That's
You know,
it.
putting them addictive chemicals
Oh
in
yeah,
there for
dude.
you.
Yeah, Wednesday, I told her, I was like, especially after the weigh-in, I was like, man, I really got to get,
After the
Like,
weigh-in.
Into the wagons.
I was like,
UFC
I've
fighter.
got to get back active again. She was like, well, I still don't want you lifting anything.
Right.
And I,
How
man,
much longer do you got that? You think
2 to
those
4 weeks,
restrictions?
2 to
that's
4
not bad.
weeks.
So months.
Yeah.
Be ready to go come springtime.
Yeah. I was like, I'm good to go do like cardio or something. She was like, yeah, and I freaking hate doing cardio.
Cardio's the worst. That's the best thing for you though.
I don't know, man. You lose more weight lifting though.
It's good for your cardiovascular system.
It's good for your
but
whole
it's-
stamina
I mean,
and your how
Yeah.
you feel. Your energy levels get
Yeah,
better.
it
It's
is.
not the best way to burn. Just something.
I've had to
some
learn
stupid video
new
I
ways to
watched.
do cardio without running and walking.
Yeah, oh, I'm
like
sure.
The ropes, like that's a really good cardio.
Yeah.
The rowing machine is really good for cardio.
Yeah.
Like, but it's just all upper body shit.
I never figured out the rope situation. I tried to do it a little bit long
It's-
time ago.
It's rhythms. Like once you get the rhythm down, it's good, but it'll wear you out.
I know my trainer. Well, trainer. I mean, I was going to Planet Fitness, and I know the guy.
Trainer.
He was a personal.
I think about
trainer.
the guys in that movie Dodgeball.
But
Viper.
his name's Courtney something. I can't remember his last name.
Dalcourt.
Dalcourt, yeah, Courtney
Yeah.
Dalcourt. He was my
Really?
physical
I
trainer.
forgot we had that in common.
Yeah,
Holy shit.
yeah, he was my guy back then, and I remember him like trying to show me how to do the rope thing, and I was like, man, I think I'm just a little too white for this. I cannot find my
Nah,
rhythm.
Get that rhythm down. Once
I
you
don't
figure
know.
it out, though, it's definitely a good workout.
Yeah. I mean, he had me, and I was in the best shape of my life whenever he was like the one teaching me how to do stuff, like for real. Like
He
I
a
was
freak
like,
athlete, man.
I mean, I was the size 6'4", the size I am now, and I was 190 pounds. Like that's an insane small weight for me to be. Which I don't ever really want to be that small again. To be honest, I don't think I looked like myself more than anything.
I think
but-
everybody looks a little better with a little weight on them. I think everybody looks a little
Yeah.
healthier. I think it's where I've just been skinny my whole life. Like people like make fun of people being skinny like they do being fat. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, you can go back and look at pictures of me from that time, and you wouldn't even recognize me, to be honest.
I saw a picture the other day you posted with you and one of your boys, and I was like, don't even look like that.
No.
Yeah, oh, that was high school.
You're right.
Yeah, I mean that was when I was still playing music or whatever.
How high were you?
That's before you filled out, as they say.
Yeah,
Became a man.
You got
Yeah.
man strength.
I was. I mean, I was still a big fella back then, but at that time, I was definitely. I mean, my calorie intake was drinking.
Caloric.
Yeah.
Caloric.
You can get 1,000 calories real quick
Yeah.
drinking.
Yeah, you drink natty.
And have a good time.
You drink 6 natties and a half a fifth of damn bourbon, you got 1,200 calories right
Oh,
there.
yeah.
All
I
sugar.
mean, it wasn't even 6 natties. We're talking like back then. I was drinking a case of Natty Light. Like we would go play a show somewhere, and I can vividly remember this. And there's a guy I know named Jason Hamilton, but we went and played this Halloween show. And some people that you guys know, I'm not going to mention their names because of the culture right now. But they went as one of them
What the hell
was
does that mean?
one of them was Adolf Hitler, and the other one was
Oh.
a KKK member.
This
God.
was their costume.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I don't know these
Somebody
people.
went to a Halloween party with Adolf.
Oh, the man.
And they're the
myth, the
opposite.
legend.
They're the opposite of those costumes, especially one of them. I don't know the other one very well these
Pretty
days.
bold to dress up as either one of those.
Well, back in the day, I mean, especially when you're 20 years old or whatever.
Harry did it.
He did.
Especially
really
when
did.
you're 20 years old, you don't really have a worldview of any kind of
Right. You don't know
You just think
consequences.
stuff's funny.
Yeah, it's just hilarious to you at the time to upset somebody else.
Right. Well,
Like,
it's
just
still
like,
hilarious.
oh, I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
it's still hilarious.
It's still hilarious.
I don't know that I would do
We're
it,
having a good juggle now.
but
It's
either way,
the joke that keeps on giving.
Yep.
either way, they were dressed up as that. I don't remember what I dressed up as. Knowing me, I'm not the guy that dresses up for things. I probably didn't dress up as all, but all of the bands just had like their hatches opened at this show, and all I did was walk around to all the band hatches. They all had coolers with them, and I said, "I bet I can shotgun a beer faster than you." And I did that all day,
God.
all day.
I don't. I miss the fun. I don't miss the next day or like that day or that night. Whenever
Well, I mean, when you're 19, 20,
oh, it don't matter.
The
then,
next
yeah.
day is like you wake up and you just do it all
You ain't
over
even got
again.
to sleep.
Yeah.
You just
I
eat
don't like
something.
I don't like stumbling and falling around the parking lot looking for my vehicle to take a nap in or
Yeah.
find it
Right,
somewhere
dude.
in
Well,
the tree line.
The
to
reason
sleep.
the reason I brought up Jason
Ugh.
Hamilton, he had some sort of minivan at the time that
Hell
he
yeah.
had taken the second row seats out of.
So it was just a
It-
big wide open.
Well, it was big. It would have been if he didn't have just this ginormous cooler full of beer in it.
Pro move.
A 40-gallon.
You're inside, like it's not
Yeah.
a truck bed where you got to
So
go out.
we all decided, we were like, all right, we're hammered. I think the two dudes that y'all know we hadn't played yet, and the two dudes that y'all know hadn't played yet either. And we were like, all right, well, we need to probably sober up a little bit before like we actually play, because we were fucking lit. I mean, we were hammered.
Right.
So we got
As one should be.
we all piled into old Jason Hamilton's minivan and I mean, immediately as soon as I got in there, I reached in the cooler and grabbed a beer.
Cold snack.
2 minutes, 2 minutes into the drive, we get pulled over, and he just turns around and says, "Get rid of the beer." I see the cop like parallel with me walking up to the side. I chug it and just throw it behind me as fast as I can.
God.
Like I said, I'm like 17 or 18 at this time, and I was like, "We're going
This
to
is over.
The whole inside his van smells like a fucking
It's
brewery.
over.
We're
We're
back
going-
there burping. No, we're not drinking. Burr, just
Light a cigarette.
Yeah,
We're
light a
going to
cigarette.
jail."
Light a cigarette.
That seems like
Man.
that's always like the solution to everything. Just light a
Man.
cigarette.
My cousin, we got pulled over on the square one time and we were drunk. McDonald's called the cops on us because we were wrestling in the parking lot.
Yeah.
And we got pulled over on the square. I hid under a big pile of clothes. He chugged 3 ranch packets from McDonald's and
Oh,
passed a breathalyzer.
oh.
3 ranch packets.
Yeah.
That's
You know
how
my
we know.
cousin.
Y'all heard it now.
You
yeah.
know my cousin.
Which
Yeah.
one? There's several. There's a few that I can think of. Yeah, okay, I got you.
Anyway,
So
and they caught me
Your
because
cousin, my buddy.
my arm was hanging out of the clothes. They would have never opened that door. They would have just thought I was a pile of clothes when my arm was hanging out. I got my first PI.
You couldn't get away with that shit now.
I was
no, I don't think
15.
so. That's what I look back to that situation. That cop, he didn't ID any of
They don't
his.
push it. Like
or
now they would
anything.
have to because
We-
there's phones everywhere.
Yeah,
dude.
we ended up just going to Wendy's.
that
like
body
we planned.
cameras.
Like we planned to go to Wendy's to get some like Baconators or something.
Yeah.
So we went to Wendy's, got Baconators, and then when we got back, there was this old guy like out there like picking up crushed cans out of the parking lot
Yeah.
where
Just,
we
here
were
you
all.
go. We got you.
And he was like, "Yeah, who out here's drinking beer?" And I was like, "Somebody out here's drinking beer? What?
beer.
That's illegal for me.
So
I'm underage, sir.
It's a dry county.
the rest of the night, I just put my natties in the Wendy's cup that I had, and I doubt my buddy that was there is listening. But we were hammered, and we were. I got into the pit, and I was like swinging around, like being silly, and I hit the bottom of my cup on some chick's or some dude's shoulder, and it just all spilled all over this chick. And all I heard her say was, "That wasn't Wendy's, that was beer."
You talking about putting like beer in cups? When I was 13, when I turned 13, back in our day, we used to do like a little bit like birthday dances. Remember that?
Yeah,
Everybody have a
at the
dance.
Woodman of the
Yeah,
World.
this is at the Woodman of the World. All right, so we rented out the Woodman of the World building, like a little. For people listening, it's like a little 40 by 40 building,
Yeah.
wide open where they have meetings. But we get a DJ, get some strobe lights, whatever. So some 9th grader girls come to my party that I didn't invite, but
Yeah.
whatever, it's girls. So
Hell yeah.
I was in 8th grade. So
Ooh,
it's
some
tight.
older
This
chicks
is tight,
came.
right? Well, come to find out, they had McDonald's cups with Smirnoff Ice in it. My dad called on to it and was like, "Hey, I know y'all's parents. Y'all don't need to be doing this. You're 14 years old.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take these from you. Y'all can
I'd love
stay.
to hear who these whores are.
I'll tell you after." so you definitely know them.
Yeah, I
So-
know it. Yeah, I'm sure they were the hot popular girls.
So he was like, "I'm gonna take these from you. Y'all can stay, but no more." And they're like, "Okay, whatever." They were a little pissed off. Well, after the party's over, like everybody leaves, right? We're going to clean up and shit. My dad goes in the women's restroom and he's like, "Motherfucker, dude, these girls had went in there, I guess, mad, and pretty much tore every piece of drywall out of the fucking bathroom.
Oh
man.
my
Like
God.
kicked holes like with their boots and shit in the bottom and just ripped. Like there was wire and shit hanging out of the wall.
Holy shit.
So it had like a $250 deposit, and like my dad was like, "I'm not fucking losing my deposit." So he had some like scrap pieces of drywall, and we had the building for 24 hours. I remember the next day after my birthday party having to patch fucking drywall in the women's
Damn.
restroom
And then
with the
paint
women's- and paint it as best we could. Like
Yeah.
where and we did it and got our money back.
Huh.
But yeah.
I'd have called their parents.
Oh, they found out.
Oh,
My dad
yeah.
called their dads like immediately, and they got in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, big time. Then I had to go to school, and of course we weren't in the same
Yeah,
school
and
yet.
he wasn't even going to tell their parents.
No,
was
no, he was just
told
gonna let
them
it
to leave.
slide. Yeah,
Yeah.
he just let it slide. No, he didn't tell him to leave. He's like, y'all just stop. And
Yeah.
you know, because we're 14, 13-year-old kids. And he didn't think nothing of it because this party goes on, you know.
Yeah.
He went in the bathroom because, of course, not going to go in the women's restroom while the party's going on.
Yeah.
To
Yeah.
clean up and shit, and he's like, I could hear him. I could still hear him in my head screaming. Because, dude, it was like a fucking like somebody went there with a sledgehammer, like dressed like him, and tore it all to pieces.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
We used to do those same parties in Scotts with JC's, which I ended
yeah.
up.
Kids don't do that no more, man.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say one JC's, and there was another place in Scottsville that we did. I can visualize it, and I could take you there, but I can't remember what it
Be
was
there
called.
listening to Bia dancing on.
Yeah, I mean, really, just a whole lot.
Bia.
Like up.
I remember one time my cousin DJ'd the party and like it was 3-6 Mafia and one song come on, that song Weak Ass Bitch. When I say
Yeah.
my dad was like, "You don't need to be playing this song." Because the rest of them are fine.
Yeah.
But it literally says Weak Ass Bitch is the whole song.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
was like, it's tight. It's tight.
Really
Don't make me
cool
look a
right now.
loser for my friends, Dad. Let them girls drink.
I swear we'll go to church tomorrow.
Right, just let them drink.
Yeah, let 'em
They're gonna
drink,
hang out with me.
Let them loosen up a little bit. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Dad, I'm trying to get late.
Yeah, 13. I wouldn't know what to do.
I remember I carried a condom in my wallet for a couple
Every
years.
dude did, I think. Yeah.
And my cousin,
Had, like,
same
the little
exact age
ring
of me.
sticking through.
Same exact age of me. We were in like 7th grade. We were at my grandparents' house. He went through my wallet. We're like 3 months apart.
Right.
And he found it and he's like, "What is this?"
What is this?
It's a condom. And he said, "What's a condom?" And I was like, then I realized how innocent he was. And I was like, "I'm not telling you." And he said, "I'm going to go tell Mamo if you don't tell me what this is." I was like, "Ow!"
It's a prophylactic.
It's a contraceptive.
That very same store that we stopped at on the way here, they used to be a Minute Mart. Well, they
Yeah.
had one of those vending machines in the bathroom, 75 cents for a condom, or like
Yeah.
a little novelty book. It had like a dirty story in it. Y'all remember those?
I don't remember those.
Yeah, they
I
were
don't
like
remember
little
the
bit, like-
novelty book.
Yeah, they were like little stories.
Pervert.
Yeah, dude.
Good
Well, I
Lord.
remember the condom I got was one of those Rough Riders, the ribbed, and I
Yeah.
was like, "Why has this got all these?"
Because you
bumps all
thought
over it?
you were gonna give it the woman the business. I'm gonna give it the
I
Rough
did think
Rider.
that,
Yeah.
dude. I didn't lose my virginity until I was almost 16. I'm 13, packing around a condom for 3 years.
I do remember I have bought horny goat weed
Yeah,
from one of those
I-
before,
yeah.
and I'll be honest, I mean I was like 20.
to give you a good pump.
I was 20 at the time, so I mean I was pumping with the
That's
best
all those
stuff.
things.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
I
all
was-
those things do is just make your blood flow.
Yeah, I was
really
gonna say I was already pumping with the best
Right,
of them,
at
but
20,
that
yeah.
night I felt like I was like king of the
Hey.
castle.
good. Some buddy of mine.
If y'all want big time shared secret time,
Yeah,
I took it one night and I was about 18 and
you're beside
in a
yourself.
24-hour period,
You molested yourself
three
several
different-
times.
3 different women.
Oh
in
God!
24 hours on the horny goat weed. No.
No, I was in a
I was out there
relationship.
making enemies.
I was in a relationship at the time, so mine was a long. It was just a long journey. I'll say that.
Oh, you got buddies that tell you they're like, "Yeah, we went for 2 hours the other night." And I'm like, why?
Yeah. Why would you do that?
15, I'm tired.
Not at 18, 19.
Shit, still though, 2 hours. That's
Dude, I
insane.
remember-
I never had any problem lasting too long back then.
Uh,
Nah.
no.
I always. Well, I'm not gonna say that here. I remember.
It's always bigger guys that can go for,
Say
marathons.
that it's like, dude, just would get tired. It ain't even like the not being able to last that long. It's just the energy
Bored.
to do it. Yeah, more or less.
Huh.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
And if I hear
don't
any
know,
kind of sound or anything else going on, dude, I cannot stay in the zone. Like if there's shit going on, like in any other part of the house,
Any
So no,
white noise.
I'm. This is a weird segment.
I get some
but-
headphones.
But I think I am much more active in there if like I have someone else in the house that's not involved.
He's a freak. Dude. He's a voyeur. You got a voyeur
He
over
putting
here.
on a, he's putting on a
Yeah,
show.
he's putting on a show.
Dude,
Oh,
Interesting.
you like that, do ya?
I think one thing about this podcast, year and a half in, we're getting into some, we're figuring out how we actually are. You know what I mean? I'm learning things.
Dude, I can remember so many times like having like a party at my house or my apartment, and I would actively try to, get in the kitchen.
So you worry about getting, you're one of them dudes that's like worry about getting caught. Like it's
Yeah.
like a okay.
Yeah,
I got you.
100%.
He likes the prospect.
Yeah, of getting caught. Yeah.
And if I get caught, I won't care, really. I'll be like, well, this is kind of awkward, but close the door.
Right, I got you. You weirdo. He like leaves the door cracked on purpose.
Yeah.
He's one of them dude. He's like,
Dude.
"Hey, is anybody? I hope nobody sees
Hey,
me.
Josh.
I
Josh.
Don't come in here."
I do remember somebody at my apartment at College Suites that was definitely the opposite of me, and I don't know how this came about, but he ended up banging one of our other friends' mom in
Golly.
our like laundry room,
Right.
which is the door is in the kitchen. And I remember somebody walking in on them and going like, "What are you doing in here, Jake?"
Like, what do you mean? I'm banging Stifler's mom.
It was the best day. It was one of the best days of being at the apartment because we were all day drinking and they were back there getting it on in the laundry room. I was like, I'm gonna clean that shit up.
I'm
I
just
got-
like such a private person, man. Like I couldn't even imagine like even walking in on like any of y'all. Like I would be like, dude.
I wish I was the person that walked in on them. That would have been. I mean, I was like 10 feet away in the living room at the time, but
You
What?
could have went and took a peek.
oh, I mean,
Shit.
I did a little peek around the corner, like, what's going on in there, guys?
What is happening? Miss Janice?
Playing hide the Nazi.
Hide the Jew.
Nazi, got that German
Yeah.
helmet on.
I'll never forget that. That's one of the memories that's like it burned into my mind of that happening that day. I have several good memories from that apartment, but that's top of
Hell
the
yeah.
top of the chain.
Oh, our youth, man. You just don't get it back.
You
just think
don't.
about the things
You know,
do.
same guy that banged that mom. Like, there was these two chicks one
Mac
summer that
McKenzie.
was no, it was not Mac.
He's suave. He's
It
a
honestly
suave
could
guy.
have been Mac though. It was. I wouldn't put it past Mac.
He's quite the dancer.
Yeah.
But it was like a couple. There was a summer. There was these two chicks, and they were obviously like ready. They were ready to get down, and I just knew something about them just did not sit right with me. And I was like, these chicks, they had like IDs that said they were like 19. I was 18 at the time, and I was like, these chicks look like they definitely ain't 19.
Right.
And then one of my buddies ended up banging one of them on Hobby Lobby.
Jeez.
And about 2 or 3 weeks later, found out she was 16.
Yeah. Well, it's not terrible. Like 3 years.
I mean,
you know?
so he had, and I will preface this, he was 17. So when it happened, 17 and 16, when we found out he had turned 18 at that point, and we rode him for months about going to prison about it.
Rapist! Rapist!
I mean, obviously at the time, I mean, there's Romeo and Juliet laws for somebody that's 18 and
Right.
2 years
If you're
difference or
dating,
whatever.
Too, if you've been, especially if
Yeah,
you're dating.
but like, at the time, like whenever it actually went down, it was 17 and 16, but it was still something we rode that guy for
Because that's what dudes do.
a long time.
That's what we do. If you
Yeah.
have an opportunity, then by God's a weakness, you're going to
Yeah.
get exploited for it.
Yeah, you're gonna get,
People are going to find out.
Yeah.
And I've been exposed to a lot of exploitation and politics lately. I'm on season 3 of Yellowstone.
Very nice.
Wish we had our hats.
Man, we gotta get that segment back going. I've quit watching. I gotta get back into
We
it.
gotta get Not Fine by Me.
We do.
Pop
Oh, there's
off.
a lot of things that are on my list.
Yeah, and
I mean, if y'all got one right now, I can't think of one off the top of my head right
I
now.
can't
But
right now. I will
What?
say something that's pretty,
sketches or what?
no, Not Fine
Not
by
Fine
Me,
by
like the
Me.
segment
Something
where we
that's
do
not
Oh.
fine by
something
me.
like pretty much like a what grinds my
Right.
gears.
I'll have a good one next week. I get back to
Wildfires.
it. Wildfires are pretty
Are
bad.
not fine by me.
Climate change.
Climate change. Lasers, space lasers.
Yeah.
Oh man, I was watching a Mel Gibson Joe Rogan episode, and well, I tell you what, before the next 2 years is over, I predict Rogan is converted full Christian because Mel Gibson gave him
The Passion of the Christ.
Yeah, and he's writing a new one about the resurrection.
Oh,
Yeah.
Him and his brother and another guy.
He's a
they've been
wild
working
man.
for 6 or 7 years on this script. But anyway, what were we talking about? Oh,
I don't
we're
know.
Not Fine by Me, Jews.
Yeah. Got the inauguration coming up Monday.
yeah,
That's a big day.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Pete
Did you know-
Hegseth had his confirmation hearing today.
Yeah, didn't that go
What'd you say?
wild?
It
was
was
wild.
pretty wild.
Yeah.
The first 10 minutes, 4 people got carried out for yelling some kind of shit. They were dressed up in like
Who is
East-
this guy?
He's going to be the Secretary of Defense.
Yeah. He's a Fox News guy, right?
Yeah, he was like in the Minnesota National Guard. He's been in the military. He's
Yeah.
like a
Yeah.
special ops guy.
He it came out today too. I sent it to y'all. But the during Jimmy Carter's funeral, two
Random dudes.
yeah, two random dudes or feds, who knows, came to the Capitol to try to kill Trump.
Golly.
Yeah, one of
I
them.
saw where Trump and Obama was chilling and laughing
Yeah.
at the whole
They were
funeral.
chilling.
Yeah, one of them tried to bring in a bunch of like knives and machetes or something.
Well, that
they
ain't
caught
gonna
that
do it.
guy, and
What's
then
this, Europe?
Right.
yeah,
It's
and then
United
the other
Kingdom?
guy.
Yeah,
Like,
guns here.
there's a place up there called like the Circle of Peace or
Yeah.
something. And he tried to set his car on fire to disrupt everything to try to let the other guy, like they were, car fire was going to
Distraction.
distract, and then the other guy was going to be able to get in.
He
Was
said, look over here.
yeah, yes,
Machete.
psyop.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Wrong
that just came
kid
out today
died.
that happened. Like we didn't even know that happened, and that was last week when Jimmy Carter's
Right.
thing happened. So
Yeah, well, they drug that out, didn't they? That was a 4-day funeral.
I didn't listen. I didn't watch any of it. Well,
He was in the rotunda for like 2 days, and then
Oh, really?
they had a funeral in Washington at the
Do
National
they still pack
Cathedral.
them by train?
They did
Like
Reagan and stuff across country, but he didn't have to because it was all East Coast. He got buried in Georgia.
yeah,
Reagan got buried in California.
I was thinking about that Abraham Lincoln funeral. You know, they had like a train parade or something.
Well, yeah, I mean, you can do whatever, I guess. They say that when the president first gets in office, they already start planning their funeral. 'Cause
Oh,
it's
wow.
a 600-page document that they have to like break down like what they want. Because not all president does a state funeral. Like Truman, he just was buried in a little private funeral in Independence, Missouri. So it's up to them. But that's the first thing when they get in office, they start planning their funeral. Because you could die anytime.
yeah.
I mean, anything could happen. So
Yeah.
they
Well, I
have to know
tell you
what to do.
what, that 600-mile drive across Kansas, I saw a bunch of billboards for Dwight D. Eisenhower's
Mhm.
birthplace in
Yeah.
Topeka. But
Yeah.
it was like that was the only tourism billboards
That's
we
a
saw
pretty big one. That's a good one.
was for Eisenhower's home. It's like the whole state of Kansas is like, this is what we got.
Dwight D. Eisenhower.
This is what we got. This is all we got. That's what it felt like, guys. That's what it felt like.
Well, y'all got anything else?
Well,
Just a deep desire for
Hugs and kisses.
hugs and kisses.
Valentine's
How'd you know?
Day coming up.
Oh,
what's your dog's name again?
Lennon.
Lennon. Everybody, this is Lennon.
Lennon, I like their shirt.
Yeah, get him in
Little
there.
beauty.
Get him in
I don't know if
there.
anybody saw him walk in or not, but
Oh,
we've
yeah,
been
they
petting
definitely seen this guy.
him. We've been petting him the whole
It's a daggum
time.
horse wolf dog.
He's old. He's 90 something.
He looks how I feel.
Yeah, like a fucking insane asylum.
Right, man. Well,
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think I'm good.
yeah, I don't have anything else.
I love you guys. And you know what? While we're talking about it, press that like, share, and subscribe button.
And comment.
And comment.
And check out the Patreon. There's
Patreon.
another Real Fine by Me coming out this week as well, too. On
There
the
was
movie.
a
The Departed.
Because I got high.
I put up a new episode of Double D's
Very nice.
today. I think it went live.
Also about to start back on the Tuesday night Mexican restaurant stand-up circuit.
Oh,
That's firing back up.
you think so?
Yeah, I know so. I know so.
Oh,
me
like
drop
I mean,
you off
like
on the way home?
oh, did it stop?
Well, it was holidays and stuff. They had a bunch of other stuff going on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I just thought we were waiting for you to be ready again.
Oh, I'm ready. I'm ready right now.
Look at him.
Maybe I'll
Ready.
Doesn't he look ready?
I'm about to be in a Missy Misdemeanor Elliott video.
Missy Elliott video. He's a backup dancer.
maybe
right.
I'll get up there. Who knows?
And a Missy
There we
Elliott.
go. Thank y'all for listening. This has been another episode of
Fine by me.
Love You. Bye.
Love y'all. Take it easy.
Hey, yeah. 'Cause I got high. 'Cause